Welcome to Speechcom Sparkles. Well, how many more days before Christmas? 3, 4 days? But for most of us, Christmas is every day because Christmas is love. Christmas is family. It's goodwill. It's being with the Lord. Our lesson for today is very much connected with the vowel and diphthong and consonant sounds that we have last session. I had some requests asking me why it's so difficult for them to stress or unstress a word, phrases, or sentences. That's really quite difficult because you don't have very definite specific rules on stress. Sentence stress could vary depending on the meaning, depending on what emphasis you're going to have of a word. But somehow there are basic rules which I will share with you later on. But aside from the theoretical framework of stress, intonation patterns, so what I'll just share with you in this session would be those which are commonly mispronounced words and some of the questions that I had from some of my viewers. There are some common mispronounced words, like, for example, word stress. All you have to do is to remember that if it is a noun, the accent or the stress is on the first syllable. If it is a verb, then it's on the second syllable. I'm only talking about words which have the same number of syllables, the same spelling, but different meanings. Here are some examples. Noun, you say it's concert. Verb is concert. Let me share with you my listing here. You say conduct and conduct, conflict and conflict, content and content, contract, contract, convert, convert, desert, dessert, digest, digest. Those are some examples. Well, maybe an example in sentence construction could help. For instance, you say, I am going to attend a talent concert. So it's a noun, concert. And you make it a verb and the meaning is changed. Let us concert our efforts to come up with a successful project. So the meanings will depend on where to put your stress. There are some commonly mispronounced words. Not that you don't really know how to pronounce them, but just sometimes maybe you're a little bit worried or you talk very fast, so you forget that there are some stresses that could change the meaning of the words. For instance, you don't say memorable, but memorable. You don't say personally, but personally. Not amicably, but amicably. And not delicacy, but delicacy. And then sometimes we forget that we say words like overlook, overrun, premature, guarantee, and magazine. Okay, there are some words, and then I will not be spending so much time on this. And as I said, the stress will depend really on the nature of the word, the part of speech, whether it's a noun or a verb. Now, intonation patterns. American English, by the way, is very rhythmical. It's very musical, but it's not sing-song. Sometimes, in our desire to sound very American, we do a lot of sing-song intonation patterns, like, what is your name? Instead of saying, what's your name? Would you sit down? Instead of saying, would you sit down? Or would you sit down? Okay, basic intonation patterns. The first is the rising, falling intonation. Tarantantan, tarantantan. Usually declarative statements. I'd like an orange. I'd like a soda. I'd like a table. You see, tarantantan. It goes up and it goes down. You have single falling intonation. Close the window. It's imperative. Who's coming? What's the matter? So they cannot be answered by yes or no. They are general questions. You have a rising intonation and you don't go down if your questions can be answered by yes or no. Do you like me? Are you calling? Would you come? Are you sick? Does it worry you? Okay. So with those very few examples, you'll be able to determine when to go up and down in the rising and falling intonation. But sometimes in a declarative statement, it would mean finding out what do you really want to say. You might say, this is my room. It's an ordinary declarative sentence. But you want to stress possession and you say, this is my room. Who's there? You're just asking. But you're worried and you say, who's there? So emotions actually come into play when you go into the different declarative, imperative, and exclamation sentences. Of course, if it's exclamation, it's exciting. Oh, what a day, what a beautiful morning. But you can still make some changes there. You can just say, what a beautiful morning. So it's the morning that you want to stress. Or what a beautiful morning. As they say, there are as many intonation patterns as there are speakers. I'm not dealing more on this because I know that these are very basic. However, some cultural or dialects could probably change the musicality or the rise and falling patterns of your sentences. For instance, most of the time, we have sing-song. What's the matter? Are you there? Do you like me? So this is sing-song. It's very musical. Although American English is musical, but then you follow certain definite rules on the rising, falling, or the rising, period. So rising, falling, I want a pie. I want to dance. Imperative, close the door. But then you could be very sing-song when you say, close the door. What's the matter? Who is calling? Very musical, very cultural in sound, because our dialects are very musical. Just for review, let's find out question and answer. What did you bring? I brought a pen. What do you want? I want my card. What did you think of? I thought of you. What is he waiting for? He's waiting for me. When do we sleep? We sleep today. Where can I study? You can study in my room. You see? It's not difficult. As they say, you create your own English universe where you would be able to apply stress, intonation, and some greetings and leave takings. My favorite exercises in American greetings and leave takings are those of Kenneth and Croft. They are very basic, but then it's so practical and used all over the world, and you can easily learn them and practice them when you need it. Like, for example, you say, hello, how are you? Good afternoon. Good evening. You see, those are greetings and leave takings. Da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun. Where's the door? It's to your left. I'm glad to meet you. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Do you want to eat? Would you like to have some ice, cream, or coffee? You see, you're asking questions. Would you like to order a steak or a hot dog sandwich? Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. So it's still following the basic patterns of intonation. Welcome to life, the beautiful portion of Speech Comes Sparkles. is a special Christmas edition. Why? Because I would like to share with you a very beautiful Christmas ID done by the University of San Jose Recoletos, my school where I have been teaching since 1964. Can you beat that? The school was founded in 1947, 16 presidents in a row, but all of them were immersed in the vision mission of the Augustinian Recollects, quality Christian, community oriented education, inspired by the teaching of St. Augustine. While you have been listening to the Christmas ID of Channel 7, ABS-CBN, do they have one? I think so. And Channel 5, here's a school in Cebu. First time in the history of academe in Cebu that we have an academe Christmas ID. Music and lyrics composed by our Vice President Academic, Father Leo Alaras. And the spirit behind this project is our Father President, Christopher Maspara, OAR. To the words coming from the heart, talking about hope, love, and peace. The USJR Christmas ID. I also would like to take this opportunity to greet everyone a blessed Christmas. The Sonta International, District 17, Area 3, about 12 clubs for that matter, also would like to greet one and all a blessed Christmas and a happy 2021. They just had the 16 days of activism where they empowered women leadership, uplifted the dignity of the child, and at the same time pledged to help the COVID victims, typhoon victims, and calamities, and to look forward with partnership with the government, the academe, in making a better world to live in. And from Speechcom International and my family, be happy, Merry Christmas, put the Lord always in the center of your life. Music heals because the Lord is the source of all songs. Happy New Year, blessed Christmas. See you again in our next Speechcom Sparkles. This is Mila Espina, and don't forget to subscribe.